Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you guys are doing fabulous. I am doing well. Thank you so much for asking. And I'm here for my 22 and 23 week pregnancy update. So these past 2 weeks have been super busy. Like I've had 3 appointments back to back within these last 2 weeks, and it has been a lot. One thing I am though really excited about is because New York City is starting to open, I now have my appointments with my midwife in person versus over the phone. So that just feels so good to me, and I was so excited when the office called and they were like, your next appointment is not going to be on the phone, it's going to be in person. Is it still a good time? And I'm like, yes, it is still a good time. So in this video, I'm going to update you on all 3 appointments that I've had. I'm going to be doing some flashbacks to appointment dates, just so that you can get like the real-time reaction of, what happened after the appointment. And then I'll just talk a little bit about, baby and all of that stuff. So speaking of baby, between 22 and 23 weeks, baby is between the size of a bell pepper and a grapefruit. Actually, at my follow-up anatomy scan, I got the actual weight of the baby. So he is 1 pound and 3 ounces. So he's over that pound benchmark, and he's packing on the little weight so he can have like those little chubby cheeks and stuff. So I'm really excited about that. The biggest things that they say about baby between 22 and 23 weeks is that their nervous system is developing, and now they have like a sense of touch. So when they're pulling on the umbilical cord and like touching things inside, like they can actually feel it, which is really great. And then along those same lines, their sense of sight is becoming more developed. So they can see when there is light in the room. So that is really fun and exciting to learn. And like I said in my last video, because he is growing up, the kicks and the movements are becoming bigger, and I am literally feeling everything. So on to these appointments. I was like, why do I have so many appointments in this 1 week? Literally, they were in like the same week, like within the 7-day span. And I was just like, this is a lot. But I'm grateful, like I said, that my midwife, I can see her in person now. And I'm also grateful that I can have these tests and these follow-ups to make sure that everything is okay with baby, and that I have health insurance and that I have a luxury of doing these things, because not every parent has the same experience. So I'm definitely very grateful. So appointment 1 was my fetal echo exam. I just left my fetal echo appointment, and it was a pretty quick appointment. Basically what they did is like a very zoomed in sonogram on the actual heart. So they take different pictures of different sections. They did a lot of beats per minute testing as they zoomed in to the different sections and took the different pictures. And when it was over, she was like, everything looks great, he's healthy and he's fine. And I was like, great. It was one of the quickest appointments that I've ever had. And I actually have another appointment on Saturday so that they can finish the anatomy scan. I was hoping that they could do both of them today, but I guess because of the way that they're booked up in their schedule, that they couldn't. But I'm really excited that everything is fine, and all of his heart valves and chambers are all working and functioning in order. So that is good to know. Appointment 2 was when I met with my midwife in person. Hey y'all, so I just finished with appointment number 2 for this week. I feel like I'm on the roll, like having an appointment every other day. But I was really excited that this appointment with my midwife was in person. I just really was missing that in-person interaction where, if I have questions, if I have concerns, if I want to follow up on something, I can do it and not feel like this is awkward over the phone. So this was my first in-person appointment since I believe my first appointment. And it just really felt good to be in the office. Everything was fine. We just really talked about my test results more in depth. We also talked about the fetal echo exam that I got, even though in my patient portal, I saw that everything was normal and everything was fine. She went through the results and talked to me about it. So everything is normal, everything is fine. And that was basically it. I set up my next appointment, which will be in 4 weeks, which will be the sugar test. And they already gave me the drink that I'll be drinking. So if you've been pregnant before, you know that appointment where you drink the drink and then they draw your blood, or do you pee? I don't know, but they do a test after this, an hour after you drink it. And so they gave me the drink so that I don't have to drink it and wait around in the neighborhood or at the office for an hour. I can drink it at home. So basically I'll drink it right before I leave my house for my appointment, and then, you know, I'll be all ready to take my exam and stuff like that after. I'm just watching this car. He's parking in front of me and he's like super close. And then my final appointment was the follow-up to the fetal anatomy scan. So they couldn't see everything the first time around. So we did a follow-up. They said everything was fine, everything was in its place and growing and developing as it should. And they gave me some cute little pictures of him. Isn't he so cute? Adorable. And then I literally wrote his weight at the bottom because I knew that I was gonna forget. So yeah, 1 pound 3 ounces. Yeah. Actually, at my appointment with my midwife, I didn't talk about this when I was doing the recap in the car, but we talked a little bit about me having a doula. And I've always wanted a doula. I just never have like gone through all of the necessary steps to get one. I've done research before, but I feel like just thinking about the climate in today's world, everything that's happening with COVID-19, also things that are happening with, you know, Black and brown people and their, you know, care when they're pregnant and, you know, their care during delivery. I just felt like I wanted another person in the room with me that could advocate for me, that could be an additional support person. I know a lot of hospitals and places, especially in like the tri-state area, they have just now let people have more than one person with them in the delivery room. So if you had a doula when COVID set in, they couldn't be in the delivery room. And some hospitals were like, no one. But, you know, if a woman had to choose, you know, they probably would choose their partner. So you have your partner in the room. And I actually interviewed or had some, you know, some consultations with some doulas, and some of them were saying that some women were giving birth and then they would have their doula on like a laptop or phone on Zoom, like coaching them through delivery. And I was like, that is wild. That's wild. But I'm so happy that even with the onset of COVID-19, where I'm going to have my baby, you could have your support person in addition to like your doula or someone else in the room with you. So we've really been thinking a lot about getting a doula. I think I know the doula that I am going to go with. Just the energy, the conversation, it just felt good to me, and I feel like she will be a great asset to my delivery, and I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited, obviously, because I want a support person, but I feel like I've never taken the opportunity to learn proper techniques to coach me through birthing. I've always just like, the pain is coming, it's here, and I just wait for it to go. So I'm really excited about learning like breathing techniques or, you know, counter pressure techniques that she can use to help me so that my labor can be as smooth as possible. And then I don't know if I mentioned this before, but all my deliveries, my husband was there, but he is the most nervous person in the room, and it is really hard to keep him focused because he's so nervous. He's just like pacing and like looking at stuff in the room and like walking around in circles and calling people, telling them I'm having a baby, and I'm like, I need help over here. But he's just so nervous that like he's of no assistance until after the baby is born. You know, he's holding the baby and all of that stuff, but he is not the person that is going to be the best support person for me. Actually, at my last delivery with our 1-year-old, my sister-in-law was there, and she was so helpful, and she was like, what are you doing? Get over here. And I'm like, he's just nervous. It's okay. So he's in the room. He's available. If I tell him to rub something or, you know, get me some ice or something, he's there for that. But he is not the person who is going to support me because he's just too nervous himself. Like, he probably needs a doula, somebody to support him during the labor as well. But like I said, I'm really excited about that. And I think that's all that I have really to update you guys on. I am thinking about changing my prenatal pills because for some reason, these pills just have become harder to swallow. Like, I don't know if I've ever showed you guys these pills, but they are super big. They're not tiny pills, and I haven't had issues with it before, but now I feel like when I take them, like, they're just stuck right here, even when I drink like tons of water after. So I'm thinking about just switching to like gummies. I took gummies during, I believe, my last 2 pregnancies for prenatal vitamins. So I haven't had any issues in the past with them, and I think I'm gonna go back to that just because I don't want to feel like something's like stuck right here. That's crazy. But all in all, I feel really good. I don't have any additional symptoms. Everything with eating is going well. My midwife said my weight gain is fine, and I'm just really excited. I cannot believe that I will be moving into my 3rd trimester. Like, right now, as I'm recording this video, I'm already 24 weeks. So literally, it's like 3 more weeks, and I will be in my 3rd and final trimester. So time is really going by quickly. And yeah, that is it. I really appreciate you guys for coming. In the description box, I have all of my other pregnancy updates that you can check out. I have updates from 13 weeks up until week 23. And I also did a really cool DIY where I showed you guys how I put some peel and stick marble on top of a desk that I have in my bedroom. It's like my little office that I'm sitting at right now. So that's a really cool video that I uploaded. Very different content, but I do really want to get into organization and, like, you know, more family DIY stuff because I do a lot of that and I want to share with you guys. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel, you give this video a thumbs up, you share it with any moms that you think would like watching this type of content. Also, make sure that you follow me on Instagram and you visit louiseeason.com. I will be uploading some really cool things over there shortly as well. I really appreciate you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.